What's up? This is the Triple F show. It's myself, Richard, and Al. What's going on, man?
Just chilling, man. Just chilling. Just got off of work and just trying to see what's going on, catching up on the World Cup. So I'm watching the England game and kind of pretty depressing about Money in the Bank. But Takeover was good though.
Yeah, well, at least we had Takeover and we had Dominion. I mean, we're going to get into Money in the Bank in a minute, but, we were hoping to get Scott on tonight. Don't know what's going on with him. Says he's coming on, but he's got a lot going on in his life right now. So it's probably going to be me and Al for the majority of the show, if not the whole show. But that's life, dude. That's why we do this show. We do it for fun. There's no pressure involved in this whatsoever. But yeah, man, I have been on social media for 2 days, going back and forth with these face fans over this Money in the Bank. I just don't get why the WWE is continually giving us shit after shit after shit, man. And it was like you thought Backcrack was. Well, one thing I did say, I said it was better than Backtrash. I mean, Backtrash was probably the worst pay-per-view that they've done since the TLC with all the injuries they sustained. And it was a put-together throw show, or, they put that show together at last minute. Man, I just don't know what direction these idiots are going anymore because, everybody's like, oh, if you don't like it, don't watch. They do don't watch all wrestling, man. That's not the point. The talent is there. The booking is just I don't know what to think anymore.
Dude, last night's pay-per-view was the face fans' wet dream, bro. I swear. I just like couldn't understand all the stuff that they went through. Like there was like that. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I was really disappointed in the pay-per-view last night. It's just they tried so hard and it still failed. So
I mean, and one thing I don't like when they put, the pre-show match was actually pretty good. I mean, you got Gallows and Anderson versus the Bludgeon Brothers. And oh my God, they changed the Bludgeon Brothers outfits. They don't look like knockoff Canes. It actually looks like a pretty sweet outfit they had on. But then you put a championship match on the pre-show like you did with The Miz a couple pay-per-views back, and it was just like you could have put Crapley and Zayn on the pre-show. That was a pre-show match. I just don't fucking get it. And then one thing I will applaud them for is at least they tried to get the crowd involved early. I thought it was a brilliant move coming right out the gate with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is still getting the biggest pops out of pretty much any superstar with the yes chance. And if you don't see that, then you're fucking blind to what's going on.
yeah, it's just it started off good with the Cass and Daniel Bryant. Daniel Bryant won, tapped out Cass again for the second time. So I'm just like, are they going to continue this feud or not? Because it just seems like it's going to be a long-term storyline. But then again, what's the point when your fucking heel already was lost twice to the babyface? So, I don't know what they're going on with that one, dude. This is total frustration. Total frustration. It's just, I liked how, Daniel Bryant was going to win. We all knew that, So.
But I do, it's like I said, I love how they sold that match, though. It was like Big Kaz really looked fresh. And I was like, it's so far so good. And I'm not going to lie, I think what really turned this pay-per-view it went from like good to okay to complete shit is when Alexa Bliss wound up in the Money in the Bank contest. And I was just like, why is she even in there? If you were going to only keep the belt on Jax for like a month and a half, why even take it off Bliss to begin with? It made no fucking sense to go ahead and turn around and put it right back on her.
Yeah.
It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, man. It's just, in my opinion, I think when Backlash went downhill I don't know, it's just like the Roman Reigns and Jinder match didn't do nothing. The Bobby Lashley, like that continuous set of crap, and then you had AJ Styles, and then the men's Money in the Bank were better than all that. Like it was just, I don't know, man. It it's like I'm at a loss for words to talk about Money in the Bank for reals. Just lost of words. It's just they complicated the issue even more when they could just symbolize it. You
It,
know?
it's like they're trying too hard. And everybody's like, oh man, you didn't like that AJ Styles versus Shinsuke match? It's like you turn him heel to try and rejuvenize his career, and then you still don't put the belt on the man. I said it would have
Yeah.
been different if you turn him heel and then give him the title, but you still fucking this dude over, man. It's just like, why? And then you go out there with a last man standing match, and then it's just like it was a little too theatrical. It could have been a go. We want to see AJ and Shinsuke at their best, going toe to toe in a solid quality wrestling match, and we have not yet gotten that. And that's what they're failing to do. That's what I said. I thought it was an okay match, but I wasn't overly impressed. I was kind of watching it like, dude, this is just, it's like rinse, cycle, repeat on Rewind with the WWE. And it's just like, how many times are we going to see Shinsuke face AJ, lose the fucking title, and it's like, you turn him heel for what reason again?
Right.
It's just, and then I have no problem with Alexa Bliss cashing in, like I said, but the way this should have worked was let Natty win the title, or let Natty should have walked away as Raw win this championship tonight. Because if you take Bliss and take her out of the picture, then you can put let Natalia win that title, go in there and stab Ronda Rousey in the back, like have Rousey pin her and then have her cash in, and then you get a good feud with Rousey and Natalia. Because let's be honest, Ronda Rousey probably sold better than any woman on the roster last night, and she's only had 2 matches, and she's sells really well. But like I said, I think they had a golden opportunity to explore a feud with Natalia and Rousey because they've been training together. It only makes sense that way, but Vince does not care about her feelings anymore, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is just like they could have had Ronda Rousey win and not have her get her hands on the title and like raising it up,
Yeah.
It's just like she won, yes. You don't get to see the pictures, walking back, and then you have Natalia coming in, and then just either way, I liked how they had the winner of the Money in Bank cashing in that night. That was pretty cool. But it's just like it could have just, yeah, man. Natalia could have had evolved the storyline, and now with this storyline, I'm just thinking, why don't you just have a triple threat ladder match? Oh, Ronda Rousey's not ready to wrestle in the triple threat match. I was like, none of the wrestlers are ready to wrestle in a ladder match, bro. They just go out and do it. So it's time for her. If she really wants to be a wrestler, then it's time for her, man, to just step up to the plate and let's go.
See, that's not her fault, though. I don't think that's her fault. I think they're trying to protect her, and she doesn't need it. She is more than ready. This is like the most ready I've seen someone make a transition from, mixed martial arts to the WWE. You look back at the history of superstars crossing over, I've never seen somebody this much ready to roll. And it's like Ronda even says, hey, I'm ready to do this. And they're like, oh no, we're just going to be wrestling a pay-per-view here and there. And it just doesn't, it's not fair to her. She wants to come in and contribute, and they're just not letting her. Yeah. I don't know if they're just trying to protect her or give her more, she's there learning, but it just makes no sense whatsoever. And she's had 2 matches, and both matches I've been overly impressed with what she's been able to do in the ring. But man, and then you have let's flip the script on this one, because that Carmella and Asuka match, I'm getting pissed off with the way they're treating Asuka now. It's becoming ridiculous. Why in the fuck does Ellsworth come back just to fuck over Asuka? It just makes you want to, like I said in our chat, I want to go into the freaking WWE corporate offices and just slap the holy living hell out of Vincent Kennedy, man.
Dude, it's just, and it's funny because when you see that James Ellsworth, not even before he ever reveals himself, everybody's just yelling his name. So it wasn't a surprise, or it wasn't even a surprise, It just got the pop because it's James Ellsworth and he's back. And I'm gonna laugh if he's not back on Tuesday. So the one thing Carmella did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legit moves last night. 5.
And Asuka's probably the best Raw or the best wrestler on Swell now. That's debatable between her and Charlotte. Sorry, go ahead.
And like on Backtrash, that pay-per-view, she only did 3 legit moves. And I'm just like, are you for reals? For reals. I'm like, are your champions just don't want to wrestle? Is that what it is? Because if that's the case, I could just go to Impact and watch New Japan Pro Wrestling because their champions do fight. You know?
I think it was 3 titles that weren't up, the Raw tag team titles, which you could have swore maybe that match was scrapped altogether. Yeah, and that was probably one of the smartest things they did. Nobody wanted to see the B Show in a fucking tag team championship match. They don't deserve it. It's like, I don't know. Then you can make the case that Ronda Rousey didn't deserve it, but for whatever reason, they used Ronda Rousey as a pawn in that match, and it was not fair to her really whatsoever. It really wasn't. I don't think they did her right by that. She was, you're going to put her in there and then have her lose just to have Alexa Bliss turn heel. It just, I don't know, man. It's the only way that maybe I can lighten up on them a little bit is if Raw comes on here, in 45 minutes or so, and then they fix the storylines. Because it was like, one thing that everybody asked me, why did I rate it as low as I did? I said, well, it's their fault to begin with because they booked these horrible storylines. So they had no choice but to let shit play out. So now they've got to go back in and get the drawing board again because some fans are like, oh, it was an 8 out of 10. And I'm like, dude, that was like a 4 or 5 out of 10. There's no way in hell I'm giving that an 8 after what NXT did. And then somebody else is like, oh, well, they only had 5 matches versus the WWE's 10. I'm like, and what's your fucking point, dude? You're trying to make excuses is what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's all it is, excuse after excuse trying to say why that they still think the product's good, but it's not, man. It's not. And
WrestleMania wasn't that good, and it was 10 matches. People thought it was phenomenal. I haven't seen a decent pay-per-view. I think Great Balls of Fire was like their last decent pay-per-view. It's just freaking. I don't know what it is, man. And I think where they really screwed up, and I hate to say this because I love the talent on there, but you get in the business of trying to write one pay-per-view for 2 different shows, and then you jam them all together, and it's like you're getting lost in your own shit that you've already created. It just starts a snowball effect of one bad writing after another bad writing. Oh, and now we're going to try and create a 10-match pay-per-view to please everyone when it's just not working. And Vince has got to say, hey, we need to go back to individual brands. And somebody's like, well, you want to see a pay-per-view every other week? I said, at least they were watchable. It's just like I'm just shaking my head at the TV, and I'm like, I'm getting sick and tired of this shit, man. And somebody said, well, just stop watching. I said, it's not even that. I said, you look at Impact. Impact comes out and gives you simple booking. Decent. I mean, it's not great wrestling, but it's better than the garbage that Vince thinks it is. And another one of my friends made the comment saying, well, Vince, he's been in the business 30 years, and maybe he figures he can do no wrong. And I kind of tend to agree with him. I'm like, he thinks he's invisible, but the whole wrestling world is just passing him by right now.
Yeah. I mean, your friend hit it on the button. He just, for having no competition for like 10 or 15 years, and then he had to create his own competition, and then now it's just the competition. Now the competition's coming up, and it's beating them. And they're not on Monday or Tuesday nights. They're on Thursday, Friday,
Saturday.
Yeah, and it's just simple, easy booking. Like, I don't know. It's just Either it's the bookers, the agents, or the writers that just need to go already. And we've been saying that for the past 2 years. So
And then they think that moving it to Fox is a bright idea, and they've already sugarcoated this shit enough. I mean, how much more watered down you going to get it before people just stop losing interest? I mean, because I'm to the point now, it's like I've seen a couple posts about people saying they already canceled their subscription to the network. I said I would never do that because I love going back and watching the archive footages from the 90s when wrestling was at the top of its game between, on the Monday nights. And now it's just like, you see the different products out there, and we've talked about this countless times. There's more wrestling out there than what the WWE gives you.
yeah,
It's just sad that it's come to you have to go online and look this shit up. It's just Vince is like, okay, well, I've got a national TV deal. I don't give a fuck what anybody does. I'm gonna do what I want. Fuck your feelings.
and it kind of hurts them when they're all having all the wrestlers have their own Twitter and Facebooks and all that, right? Well, the fans are just like, oh, okay, I have this, and then you see they're like, oh, here's Joey Ryan if you want to follow him. Here's Matt and Nick Jackson if you want to follow them. Here's Adam Cole, and everybody's like, who are these guys? I know they're wrestlers, but who are these? And then they follow their Twitter, and they're like, whoa. So I think they pretty much, WWE set this themselves up. They put upon themselves. They try to create their own competition without even knowing that they had competition. Even though ROH at that time, pretty good in the early 2010s. It was pretty damn good.
I mean, TNA back in 12 years ago when they had the Main Event Mafia, shit was lit. It was entertainment, and now it's just like you said, man. And I had no problem with Braun Strowman winning the Money in the Bank thing because I knew it was so predictable. Like one of my friends says, "Oh, I think it's going to be this guy." I said, "No, you're crazy as hell if you don't think they're going to let Braun Strowman win this thing." I said that dude has been overbooked. So I mean, they overbooked certain wrestlers to the point that, and I know, like fans got tired of Roman Reigns. They get tired of seeing Alexa Bliss, but they only boo Roman, which is not fair to Roman. But yet you're going to sit there and cheer Braun Strowman, who only has like 2 legitimate moves. And Roman Reigns will go out there and do whatever it takes to sell a match. He'll even pull double duty that one night a couple months ago when what's his name? Dean Ambrose got hurt. He came out there and wrestled 2 matches on Raw. So don't give me this shit about Roman Reigns is garbage. Roman Reigns has been like the face of Monday Night Raw if you think about it. And to see them overbooking Braun Strowman, overbooking Alexa Bliss, and these guys will still get pops. And to boo Roman Reigns, it just goes to show you how pathetic these face fans really are.
And it's just, I have that feeling that the overbooking of Braun Strowman, like they did with Roman Reigns, is going to turn into boos here in a second because the fans are going to finally realize it's like the dude only does two moves. Hold on a second, my dog. Just hold on a second.
But yeah, that's what it's come down to. I'm just going to continue. He's doing something for his dog, but I just don't know what to do anymore. It's just becoming utterly fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Sorry, it was my dog.
I was just going on about how utterly ridiculous it is. I don't know what to expect for Raw tonight. At this point, it's like I watch it because I don't want to watch it the next day because it's like I literally have, I sit at home most of the day anyway, so it's going to be like 98 here, so I don't really want to be watching Raw in the morning and whatnot. So I just watch it at night because it gives me something to do. But, I don't know, man, because everybody's like, well, what do you think's going to happen at Raw tonight? I said they'd be stupid if they did not have Braun Strowman open the show and immediately challenge Brock Lesnar and say, hey, I want Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. That way to end all the bullshit about him not showing up. But, that would be too simple. It's not going to happen. I mean, I just don't know how they can continue to book the way they're booking. And because maybe that's how they're trying to get. I don't know, man. I don't have the answers. That's the sad part.
I wish I had the answers, but I don't. And we're just frustrated at the product. And we're always trying to have the, I guess like the 1990s attitude era. And I already know that it's not going to happen, but there's a lot more better stars, wrestlers out there that wrestle, that put on better entertainment than this, dude. And I'm like, I would just rather watch WXW, Impact, New Japan Pro Wrestling, ROH, the CMLL,
Lucha
AAA.
Underground.
Oh, Lucha Underground was by far the best ones out of this week. By far.
I'm still. I've got to. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow in the heat is sit in the bedroom and watch Lucha Underground tomorrow. This is on Netflix. It's still up there because I just saw it up there earlier.
Well, yeah, I just saw season 4, the first episode, and it was pretty entertaining. It was pretty entertaining. It was just, yeah. I don't know,
I'm going to leave this pay-per-view and this whole WWE in words that maybe can relate to what I'm going through. We grew up watching the WWE in its heyday, and then you see these other promotions coming along, and they start nipping at the heels, and all of a sudden the product gets better. And it's not the fact that I don't hate the WWE. I think it's the fact that I expect more from Vince. Not, it's like, I feel like, I think the fans feel like the true fans of wrestling that understand how this business should work versus, it's the WWE, I'm going to love it no matter what, idiots. Yeah, those are the ones that are getting robbed in all this. It's like I said, I still love Braun Strowman. I'm a huge Finn Balor fan. Still pissed off that, he had to surrender the title from an injury. He's never even gotten his fucking rematch yet, dude. That's how fucking pathetic this is. Oh, well, we're trying to protect the Demon King. So the motherfucking Demon King is undefeated anytime he comes on the stage. I would love to see the Demon King versus fucking Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam and see him hoist the title, man. It just, quit making fucking excuses, Vince. Do something about it, man. Keep with the fucking program.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just disappointing. I have no else to say because I'm just gonna. That pay-per-view doesn't even deserve a 5. It deserves like a 3 or 4.
Yeah, I gave it. On the Facebook social media pages, I gave it a 3 out of 5, and somebody's like, well, "I was there with a 9 out of 10." Like, yeah, okay.
I was high for most of the night watching that pay-per-view, and I gave it a 3. Ridiculous, dude.
But, and I will be the first to admit that I was wrong about Roman Reigns. I thought if they put him up against Jinder Mahal, somebody that they really, like the fans really hated, that got the heat, that it would have worked. It didn't fucking work, man. I was wrong there. I admit it. I eat my crow on that one. And it's just like, and if you start thinking about it, there's no really solid heel on that roster good enough to put Reigns over. Because the fans that love the heels, the heels that are on Raw, like Kevin Owens, he still gets pops. Sami Zayn's a heel. He gets pops. You're not going to, if fucking Baron Corbin may be the guy. That's why I said Baron Corbin. I think Baron Corbin's hated more than Jinder Mahal, but, it's like, Vince is going to be like, well, that didn't work, so what are we going to do with Roman Reigns now? So now, if you want to, honestly, Scott said it beautifully. If you want to get the man cheers, turn him heel. Have him start beating the shit out of everybody in the locker room, and fans will love it. That's how you get him over. But, Vince is in his fucking own little world with this bullshit, and I'm just getting tired of it. It's just like you see it as a fan. It's right there in front of you, and you're like, oh. Fucking put him up, Vince.
It's like 1990s, mid-90s WCW when the heels were baby faces and the baby faces were heels. You know what I mean?
It's like, oh, everybody loved the NWO.
Yeah, everybody loved the NWO, and everybody loved Chris Jericho when he was a heel, but nobody liked Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Chris Benoit, and people started rooting for Eddie Guerrero when he started the Latin World Order. Yeah, man, it's just, that's the thing. It's just like now the fans love the heels because the heels are there's a lot more heels than there are baby faces. Put it that way.
And I think that's what the WWE is having a problem with Roman Reigns. We can't turn him heel because we got already too many good heels. But, you know, and the bad part about it is the heels are good, but they're not getting heat like Roman Reigns is. Like, they're getting cheered.
Kevin Owens gets heat all the time. He's the best. I think him and Miz are the best heels in company. And Sami Zayn's right there being annoying.
Now, would you put Kevin Owens against Roman Reigns?
I was
to
about
try
to say
and get
that.
Roman over.
Yeah, but you know, WWE, they're not going to do it because that happened 2 years ago when Kevin Owens was champion, and he got cheated out with Chris Jericho's help. Remember? They're not going to put it on like that. And
but would it work now, though?
To them, they think if we do it with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they'll be like the Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens thing. So that's why they don't do it. So I say go ahead and let Sami Zayn should have done what he did with Bobby Lashley to Roman Reigns. Put it that way. It would have gone him over. And Bobby Lashley has no character whatsoever. And I don't know, I didn't watch his match, even though it was a squash match, but I'm pretty sure he had a lot of botches in there. Or he looked crap. He didn't look, you know. And people were saying, oh, Bobby Lashley in Impact was the best. No, he wasn't. Bobby Lashley from 2007 wasn't even that good either.
This is my thing. I just don't know that I can buy into Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns in a feud, though. Because now you see what... It's just like you just saw Lashley and Zayn, and it's just like, it's almost like you want to see.
That's the only reason why how you can build Bobby Lashley is you squash Sami Zayn. But if you tell Sami Zayn, hey, go out there and work Roman Reigns and work, he's gonna fucking work, and he's gonna pull it off.
I just have this feeling that Baron Corbin is going to be the next man up to try and put Roman Reigns over. I think that's what they're going to continue to do, is they're going to continue to try and put him over. And maybe that, I don't know, and if they're going to do that and save the belt for him, I just don't, because and this is where I think they made the mistake with. You put the belt on Braun Strowman right now, Roman Reigns is never going to get over. You cannot, especially if Braun Strowman goes out there and beats Brock Lesnar. Oh, the fans are going to go nuts. That's why I don't know. It's like I said, I had no problem with Braun winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. But if you have him beat Brock Lesnar, there's no way Roman Reigns is going to go over. Because if he goes out there and beats the Beast, it's done. Roman Reigns is done as a face if that happens.
And it's just like, to me, Braun Strowman's like Andre the Giant. That's why you didn't see the Big Show have his long, WWE championship runs. And that's what the feeling that it's going to happen. Like, Braun Strowman's not going to have those long WWE runs, in my opinion. He's going to have a championship here, a championship there, a championship there. He might be like a 5-time championship. And we were just like, oh. Because you can't have those kind of big, strong guys. It just doesn't make good. It doesn't make good storylines. Whoa! This dude too powerful to beat any man. That's what they're building him, right?
And so the thing is, another thing is like this is what boggles my mind the most. Like, Vince acts like he doesn't give a shit because deep down inside, like, he thinks he gives a shit. Like, okay, you're trying to get Roman Reigns over, right? If he really didn't give a shit what the fans thought, he should have put the title on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, correct? So why is it? I know it's just like or the greatest Royal Rumble, but either way, Roman Reigns should have that belt right now if he really didn't give a shit. But right now, it's like, oh well, we're just gonna let now Brock Lesnar's not gonna wrestle at SummerSlam. So I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Because like Vince is acting like he doesn't care. If he didn't care, honestly, give Roman the title, get the belt off Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, honestly, dude. Yeah.
And I have no problem. I don't care who has the belt, and I love Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has been great for that company the last few years, but the dude never shows up. It's become the most pointless belt in all of pro wrestling. It's getting aggravating, and I wouldn't even be pissed if he had like shown up on TV like once a month or maybe twice a month. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But we ain't seen the guys since Greatest Royal Rumble. And that was the end of May. Here it is almost July. It's like, come on, man. Vince, get with the fucking program. Maybe they're going to just plan on scrapping the belt altogether, creating another belt and doing a tournament. Who the fuck knows?
I mean, if what people are saying that's true, what he's going to do at USC, I mean, I don't know. To me, I think he's still suspended. You know, I don't think his suspension through for the USDA hasn't even started, in my opinion.
No,
I think
it started. He's got to pass another drug test. That's what it is.
I mean, what Kayla Sonnen is, because he wrestled in MMA, he goes, it hasn't even started. He has to quit WWE and then fully invest himself into the USDA doping, Alex, and that's when they drug test you all the time.
Well, he's apparently supposed to go out there and challenge the winner of this next match coming up in July. Like, he's going to be there and come out and say, hey, excuse me, I want to face you or whatever. Oh, excuse me. But I don't know, man. It's like Vince has just lost touch. And if you look, it's almost like fucking Steven Regal and Triple H have NXT put on autopilot. It's just like, and they're supposed to be the developmental, like they're supposed to be under the WWE, and yet they're putting out better product.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But you know what it sounds like though. I don't know if you remember the Monday Night Wars when Kevin Nash, like towards the end of it, was like late '99, early 2000 when it was like really bad, and like Kevin Nash would go to a booking meeting and he would read the script that the new people put in, and then he was like, "Oh, this is what we're doing," and like he would walk out to the ring and not give a shit. It's almost like you see that now with the WWE. Like I just, and that's the thing. I just don't know if they care as much as they used to. Like, or it's like the morale is down because it's like a couple people, I'll give them credit. The non-face fans, NXT Takeover. I would give it a 9 out of 10 solely based on entertainment purposes. Then you come out to WWE, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and it just falls flat, is what someone said. It's just like, yeah, I kind of agree with you on that, but But I mean, yeah. I think, and the sad part is, I think SmackDown's got a better chance of recovery than Raw does at this point. Because, like you said, Raw is they're in a ton of shit right now. Because SmackDown, believe it or not, the Golden Show for SmackDown was the best show they put on in a while. I was thoroughly entertained.
Well, they kept AJ Styles with the belt. And in my opinion, is look at the easy storylines that have come up. You could do after him. You could have him battle Samoa Joe now, and maybe Bobby Roode next pay-per-view challenges AJ Styles for that title.
Even the Miz, man, there's so many possibilities, and that's the thing is Raw doesn't have a champion that they don't know what to do with, and it's just that's the difference.
And you could Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles actually having a full match, and it's just a lot of things could happen. And
I really want to see a Daniel Bryan Miz feud. That's what I'm waiting on. I think they need to. I'm really hoping. I think this Big Cass feud, man. I think it'll go one more pay-per-view.
I have a feeling it is going to go one more pay-per-view, even though
I think it'll go one more pay-per-view, and then they'll start a SummerSlam storyline build.
If they were right, I would have the Miz and Daniel Bryan storyline last for 6 months.
Yeah, and then probably set it up for
at WrestleMania.
If he's still there. His contract expires this September, Daniel Bryan does.
Yeah, and he's not even re-signed yet, which is a surprise.
I think they're going to wait, and he's probably going to negotiate, because I've heard he's been wanting to leave the WWE for a while because of that whole, doctors have been clear for all this time, but the WWE hasn't. But it's like I said, man, I don't know, man. I'm just hoping we get something decent to have on a Raw tonight to make up for what they did. And they should, and that's the thing, is they shouldn't have to do that. Every pay-per-view, they need to come out there like it's their last and go all out. And I feel that they're not doing that.
Yeah, but we get that.
It's like these fucking face fans, and that's why the WWE does so well. is because the face fans out there are just like, oh, it was a great pay-per-view. And I'm sitting there thinking, dude, what are you, like 5?
Yeah.
It's like, it may be good for like a 5-year-old, but you know, us old school fans that have been watching since we were like 18 and now in our 30s and 40s, it's just fucking utter garbage. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the they got solid matches, like, but the entertainment value is just not there anymore. I want to be entertained when I watch.
Yeah, it's just like the beginning of the pay-per-view was good. The middle was shitty, but the end was still good too. You know, and it's just like, well, if your 2 end pieces are good and your whole entire your meat portion of the pay-per-view is crap, you deserve to get 4 stars. Because only 4 of those matches were actually pretty good out of that 10-match thing.
Yeah, I would say the pre-show match was solid. Daniel Bryan, Big Cass,
I'm not talking about the pre-show.
Daniel, well, then I would only say 3 of the matches.
And then the women's Money in the Bank was actually pretty damn good.
Outcome. But see, this is the thing. I actually like last year's Money in the Bank results better than I did this year's. Because you had Carmella and Baron Corbin, two people who were not even in the title picture at all from the get-go. Yeah. That's what made it. That's what made that last one. Somebody's like, "Oh, this one was better than last year's." The fuck it was. It was too predictable.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like when you already know when you predicted that the winner is going to be Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss, and it's just like, and it happens, it's called predictable.
And it's just like, it makes the match like, you're watching it and you're like, you know what's going to happen and you don't want it to happen just because you fucking know. And it takes the whole enjoyment out of watching the pay-per-views out. And now, like I said, this day and age, with the way modern technology is, it's almost like you can go up there and read rumors about what's going to happen in the next pay-per-view. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's like you looking at it like, oh, well, they want to have Shawn Michaels wants to come back and wrestle the next pay-per-view. Oh, they want to book Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair in a WrestleMania match. And I'm like, why are you telling us this and it's only freaking June?
Yeah, no. That's what I mean. I guess that's also part of the reason why the things suck, because all the surprises have come out already, and it's not a surprise.
You know, here's a theory that I'm going to leave with the men's title match. Let's say that you're right, and they throw Roman Reigns on the back burner. You remember the match that Finn Balor had with Braun Strowman? It was actually a pretty decent. Now, one of the better matches they've had on Raw. Like, he went toe-to-toe with Braun Strowman. Let's say that Braun Strowman eventually does win the title. Let's say he wins it at SummerSlam. Who's to say that, like, they don't bring back the Demon King and have the Demon King bring Braun Strowman? I mean, there is some possibilities there. It's like, here, go out a Hail Mary, but I mean, it's still a possibility that, you know, Finn Balor may be back in this title picture. But I just don't know because it's fucking Vince's doing. How the fuck is Kevin Dunn still booking Raw? That dude should have been fired like years ago.
I don't know, man. You know, it's just we'll get to see how.
It's just it's been another joke, and like I said, I'm hoping and praying that they can, you know, maybe there's a reason why they did what they did, and it'll make me second guess because like I said, if the storyline comes out and they fix their mistakes and then it's all explained tonight on Raw, you know, I'm still gonna say it wasn't an enjoyable pay-per-view, but they did it for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if they come out there and say, okay, and you get a bigger picture of what's going on, then maybe you can see, you know, what the storyline's going to be. Because right now I'm lost. I think SmackDown, like you said, I think SmackDown's in a much better position. I think if Tyson Kidd they say, okay, Road Dogg, you're just going to be a scout. We're going to let Tyson Kidd ride all the SmackDowns. That would be great.
Well, it's just because it's just easy booking, dude. Because Jeff Hardy comes back, you could have Hethler, Aiden English now going after him, or going after the U.S. title, or at least like Ziggler and McIntyre win tag team titles and go for singles titles. Also, it'd be awesome. But
Yeah,
no,
I think it's just sad, man. It's like Kevin Dunn is, and maybe I think Vince trusts him too much. Who knows? I don't know what goes on backstage. It's mind-boggling at some of the decisions they make, and it's like, who in the fuck decided Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley was going to play out like it did? I know, I sure the fuck did. I thought,
I did.
like I said, I didn't. Like I said, I thought Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal were going to have a better performance, and that just goes to show you that Jinder cannot carry his own in the ring, because it's almost like Roman Reigns was having to carry him that whole match, and it shouldn't be that way. You need somebody to go out there and work, and it's like you said, maybe Sami Zayn's the guy. Who knows, man? It's like I said, they need to do something with Roman Reigns because they don't know what to do with him.
No, they shouldn't have brought in Bobby Lashley, because if you think about it, they would have had, if Bobby Lashley didn't come in, you have Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn work. Let's put it that way, and that would help legitimate Roman Reigns as a wrestler, the worker. Even though he still gets booed, that's fine. People do like Sami Zayn in his new character now, even though he's annoying.
See, but this is the thing. This is what the clue that I took on how they're going to try and put Roman Reigns over. The two guys they brought over from SmackDown to Raw that were the biggest heels were Jinder Mahal and Baron Corbin. I think they're going to give it a go with him and Baron Corbin next. And if that doesn't work, they're fucked. Because those were the two biggest guys that were hated on SmackDown. So now it's like, and the thing is the match was trash. And he was like in a squash match. That's how bad that was. A fucking Roman Reigns squash match with Jinder Mahal. It's just,
it wasn't even a squash match. They went over, 15, 20 minutes?
Well, either way, it was still like to help try and put Roman over, but like people were still chanting this is boring. And I don't know that I can blame Roman Reigns anymore. I just think that they don't know what to do with him. They keep putting him in these different feuds to get him over. When maybe the fans are booing because they want him heel. Who knows, man?
And then when they finally turned heel, so I don't know. The pay-per-view sucked. I mean, we might have to recap takeover here soon. Just telling what happened, because that takeover was bad ass.
Yeah, I want to watch that again too. But like I said, we're gonna end it now. We will be back probably. I start the new job. Supposed to start orientation Wednesday from 9:30 to 5. So if we do anything, it'll probably be like Wednesday evening. Maybe like Wednesday night. We'll recap NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, and then Friday we'll do Impact and whatever else is going on. Anyway, everyone be safe. We're out of here, and if you're living where it's 90 degrees like I am, stay cool. Peace. We're out.
Peace, love, and happiness.